Welcome back to the workbench, and we're continuing to work on the Rolife Flower Shop kit build, the wood kit build we've been working on. Let me go ahead and bring the flower shop back over to the table so we can take a look at where we're at. If you've missed any of this, by the way, check the playlist down in the description. You can get caught up. But we've got a bunch of the details going on the inside. And what I've been doing is doing all the detail parts in the shorts, as YouTube shorts. I think that's been working out pretty well. Let me see. Yeah, I think you guys can kind of see in there what we're doing here. So I've been doing them during the shorts, and then we've been coming back together and kind of putting it all in place inside of the flower shop that we've already built previously in this series. Where we're at now, what we need to do, I'm actually on step 25, which kind of puts together the table and whatnot in here, the work table. But what we do have right there, if you guys can see it right there, is what's component P, which I didn't happen to notice while we were doing this. So it's not done, but I do have the shelf. We've previously built the little shelf, which is this guy here. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to set it in there just as a placeholder, which it basically looks like it sits, I mean, literally right up against this other shelf here. So basically right in there. So that'll be our placeholder we can use while we put in these other pieces. And the way I'm going to do it is if we look here, I think the easiest way to reference where this stuff goes, because I'm trying to build this as close to the pictures as possible. And we can see that this table leg, see how it's right on this gray square, the corner of this gray square. So it's one square over and one square forward, and in that corner, I think that's how we're going to line this up. They've got it tilted, angled just a little bit back, which I like. I don't like things to be square. And what I'm talking about is where it looks like that goes is, what was it again? It was, yeah, so here, so that would be square to the world, right? But it always looks a little better if you just slide it off kilter just a little bit. That's always going to look, in my opinion, always look a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get that guy glued in. And I think the way we're going to do it, oh, actually, let's take a quick look at it, because if you missed the short, I put together the table here. So we've got a bunch just little doodads, and then some scissors. We actually had to put these scissors together, and some shears, little knife, and then this is the bouquet that we made way back in the beginning of this series. Go back and check some of the previous episodes. You should see this bouquet, but then little things on the table give it some detail. But I'm gonna just drop some glue right here. I think on this one, I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to put too much glue on the tips of the legs. I'm gonna leave that one unglued because it's a little crooked. We might try to square that out later. But let's go ahead and set it kind of where we were just talking about, just a little off kilter, I think. But right on that corner where they show it, that's a little too far off kilter. So about right there, I think is going to be perfect. So we'll just let that sit. The weight of itself will, the CA glue will cure, and the weight of it will keep it in place. And I think what we'll put in next is this guy here. Do you remember when we made this? So we made most of this, again, way earlier in this series, but I just added a few details. So we've got some tools that are kind of down in the tool tray here, and then one little flower right there, one little plant, I guess, with flowers right up top there. But if you go back, you can see this whole thing being made. I believe even the episode is named after this, which I forget what it's called. I think it's some kind of rack or something. You can check the playlist. You can see this being made if you want to check that out. But let's see. It actually goes in, I think, kind of right back here. Yeah, they have it sitting, because that's what, yep, about right there's where they have it sitting. Yeah, something like that. So I think that's where we're going to go. So let's go ahead and get our CA glue out again. Again, this is Starbond CA glue. The label's off of it. Here's the thick stuff here, the thick Starbond. This is medium, the medium viscosity or medium thickness Starbond CA. If you want a discount on it, by the way, just check the description down below. I've got a discount for you guys if you want some good CA glue at a discount. And where did they have it? It had it right here. I'm just using the checkerboard pattern down here kind of as reference as to where they have these placed. I can show you where they have them placed on the floor. You can knock that stuff over. I'm using this checkerboard pattern down here. Just kind of give me rough guide as to where this stuff is. Now remember, we've got that we've got that shelf back there that we'll have to put some plants on. I'll do that again. I'll do that in a short. So watch the shorts tabs, and you can see that little shelf back there that we left blank. You can see that get put together, and then when we come back tomorrow, we'll glue it in, get it in place. But what we need to do today is we've also got a chair that we had previously made and a stool that we had previously made. And the chair goes on that side, the stool goes on this side. Let's go ahead and get the chair in first. It's just back on the other side of the table. It's a little hard to tell exactly where they have it, but we can put it where we want, really. So I'm going to put just a touch of glue. Can you guys see what I'm even doing here? I'm going to put a touch of glue on the tips of these, just ever so slightly, just a little touch of CA. It does not take much, so don't go overboard. All right, let's cap that. And then let's see if we can get this kind of placed in back there where we like it. What's the best way to do this? I'm going to come through the doorway with my 2 fingers, and I'm going to place it right there. And kind of where it lands, usually it'll work out pretty well. I kind of want to crook it, make it a little bit more crooked if I can. There we go, just like that. I like that, where it's just a little bit crooked back there. And then this one, they kind of have just sitting here, something like, I'm looking at the, they have it this way, like that. I think that'll be fine. Let's just put some glue on the feet here, and we'll go with it. So again, just a touch of glue down here on these little guys. These little stools and things, all these wire stuff, they were a pain in the backside to put together. If you want to see, again, if you want to see that pain in action, just go check out the playlist. Yeah, they have this kind of under the table. I kind of like that. Kind of just tipping up under the table there like that. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Again, you want things to be just a little crooked, a little off, like it's been naturally, just finished being naturally used, I guess you could say. All right, and I think that is actually all the different little pieces I have that are ready for this. That was, what did we have? Component L. Component Q we actually put in last time. It's right there. I can't tell. It looks like maybe they had... No, I think the gold, that little gold cup is empty. I can't really even tell. But that we put in last time, which was component Q. Component P, we've got all 3 of those plants I've got to put together yet. I haven't done that. There is literally 100 plants in this. Kind of makes sense. It is a flower shop build, but I'll do those 3 in a short format. Component L we got in, there's the chair, and component B we've got in. We've also got to do this little stool back here. So I think between today and tomorrow, I've got to actually build the stool. I started it. I've got the, where's it at? I actually started putting it together off camera because we've seen this all done before. So I figured just do it in between. It kind of builds just like the table we put in. It's a little board that I had to veneer with that real thin kind of wood veneer. And then it has wire, which I've got all cut out over here. It's going to be another wire stool. Goes like that. It's going to be like this one here, but a little bit taller. Anyways, I'm going to do that one and the plants for that back there. In fact, can we get that out of there now? Where's my, let me see if I can I carefully get this out of here? Because that's how we're going to have to put it in too. There we go. I'll put the plants on that. I'll finish that stool in between episodes. But that's got done. I think what we're going to do today for the flower shop, this is basically what we've got done so far. I think once you start getting all these details in it, it kind of starts coming together, coming to life. A lot of it, when it's just little pieces, I don't know, it doesn't look that good. Well, mainly because I made them. But even with my skill level, when you start putting it all together, it starts to look kind of cool. Anyways, let me move this out of the way, because the other thing I wanted to do today was just kind of give a preview of what I'm going to do after the flower shop. So this is getting a little wrapped up right now. We're getting close to the end. Thank God. This has been going on for a while. But what we're going to do next is a quick one. And what I needed to do, let me bring it over here. I've actually got, a dinosaur. So what this is it was one of those kits where it's like a block of clay, and then you and your kid kind of chip away at it, and then it's like you're a paleontologist or something, and you kind of dig the bones out of the little block of clay, sand clay kind of stuff, and then you put it together. Well, that's what me and my daughter did. She wanted one of these, and we did it. And I've put it together, but now I think I want to take this just kind of one step further. This is something you guys could do if you want. I'm going to clean. So once we're done with the flower shop here, what we're going to do is this. And what I'm going to do is kind of just clean it up, give it a sanding, give it a good cleaning, get all these little tabs of plastic off. We'll glue it together, and then we're going to give it a bone paint job. So we're going to paint it like bones. So I'll show you kind of how I do that, where, with washes and whatnot. And then I think I'm gonna make a little board for him to stand on. And I've got some from way back when I've had for a long time, a bunch of kind of landscaping diorama stuff. So maybe we can build a little diorama out of some paper mache and then some flocking and all that kind of stuff for this, and essentially make just a little display item. They can go in my daughter's playroom, because my daughter's playroom is all dinosaurs. Since she was little, she's been very much into dinosaurs. I do think I'm going to have to start sprinkling in a little Minecraft, because that's become a big part of her life. But her walls are covered in dinosaur murals that I'm still in the process of painting, which I think are going to have a couple creepers and whatnot added to it. But anyways, this is going to work for her playroom, and that's something we can do together. I think it'll be a lot of fun, just to see, you guys can see how at least I'll go about doing that. And I'm definitely better at this. I would say I'm better at doing this than this, but we'll see, and you guys can be the judge of that. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna keep this one short again, because I don't want to go too long and just drag them out with not something interesting to do. I think we got the interesting stuff done. So I want to thank you for joining me again today. Let me know how you think it's coming along. Let me know what you think about the old dinosaur build. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a lot quicker. It'll probably only take 2, maybe 3 episodes at the most. And then I've got another big project I think that we're going to work on. We'll talk about that later. But thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Now, do all those things you do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.